Welcome, 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 welcome. This is Rafa Mama coming to you live, center stage, from the Royal Gypsy Hood. Super excited to unveil this magical reading for today. It is the first quarter waxing moon in Libra. And we will be in this moon from today, the 30th, until through the entire July 1st. And then we move into Scorpio around 10 something a.m. on the 2nd of July. And so anyhow, here we are, first quarter moon. This is a time to water. This is a time where you're starting to see some of your efforts budding. And it's time to water that which you have planted and that which you're starting to see manifest. And so that is represented right here. This is fresh, new beginnings. This is a spark. You just saw that bud popping out the ground and you are excited because you really have been working on some things. Okay, this is the Page of Wands, and this is definitely represents some passion in whatever it is that you have been working toward. It could be work endeavors, it could be self-employment, it could be your studies, it could be relationship. There's a number of ways that this can manifest. So this is a Page of Wands, and it's pretty much saying that you have already planted, okay? And you're starting to see the fruits of your labor bud and manifest. And the next card here is the Two of Cups. This is beautiful. We currently have the Sun, Mercury, and Mars in Cancer. So Mars is represented here again, Mars in Aries, new beginnings, springtime. Okay, we're seeing stuff coming out the ground. Okay, and in Cancer, we're watering. And then we're talking about Venus, which is your values. So this card can represent, yes, a relationship. It can represent a psychic relationship. It can represent friendships. It can represent just harmony between the masculine and feminine energies in general. And so we have all of the tools, and right now we are at this place that we are called to harmonize, like Libra does, right? Balancing the masculine and feminine energies, the new and the old. And this can be your old mentalities, it can be new and old friendships, it can be new and old relationships, it can be new and old work situations, new and old careers. This is asking you to evaluate your values. Okay, what are your Libra values? Those things that make your life beautiful. Right now we're being called to harmonize. Okay, and so that's the Two of Cups. Next we have the Hanged Man reversed. And so what this is saying, again, we are weighing out the balances. We're kind of in this place where, the moon just came out of Virgo, and so we've been introspective. Virgo is the hermit, we've kind of been digging deep and in. And so with that being said, now we're at this crossroads. There are old things that are no longer serving us. There are old mentalities that are no longer serving us, old friendships that are no longer serving us. And we're at this place where we're being asked to take the chains off. His hands are free, your hands are free, your mind is free, your heart is free, to do what's right and what's best for you. Okay? And it's okay when we move into a new season. And not everybody and not everything is going to hang on. you're not going to hang on to everyone and everything, and that's okay. This is the Hangman, so it's asking you to really come to a critical choice, evaluate those values, okay? And based upon what your intention is. As far as those manifestations, we had the last full moon in Sagittarius, and that's all about higher consciousness and business, okay? Again, Sag can be represented here too with fire and new beginnings. So, yes, with the Hangman, will I stay or will I go now? Are you going to stay in that old mentality? If I stay, there will be trouble. What is it? If I go, there will be... If I go, there will be trouble. If I stay, there will be double. So do you want trouble or double? The choice is not always easy. But we are being called to harmonize and internally. One of the oracle cards that I picked for this reading was the Dragon's Duel. Okay, this is your internal struggle. Again, we have Libra, the weighing out of the balances. So we are literally coming to this place where it's like, okay, I've been evaluating this thing, and now it's time to weigh it out. It's talking about your mortality, your conscious choice, your inner conflict. And again, we have the moon represented here. We have the deep waters. I mean, and those are rushing waters with that waterfall back there, right? And 2 plus 3, 23 right there is 5. It's a number of change. Okay? Going back to the tarot reading, we have 3 cards that I picked, right, that were kind of expounding more on that Hangman. We have fertility reversed. You see, that's a number 2, going along with our 2 of Cups. And also this is card represents the moon, which the 2 of Cups in Cancer also represents moon, your intuitions, your deep emotions, your feelings, okay? This card is upside down, so it's indicating that with the Hangman being upside down, that you are really deliberating, you're holding yourself back. You know the answers, like you have all of the fertility in the world, all of the power to create, and not just to the initial spark, right? But not just the conception, but also to give birth. You have the power to give birth. So it's all about how you're viewing things. It's all about how you're managing your emotions, how you're harmonizing internally. And it's time to turn this card upside down to right side up. Okay, the next card that's shown here is, again, so this is a battle between your emotions and your intuition and air, what you know, what you think, how you communicate. Again, we have Venus represented here, and Venus is represented through this whole thing, and currently Venus is in Taurus, and so the reading is calling us to ground ourselves, right? To make a choice and to ground yourself in it and water your own seeds, right, that are budding. So anyhow, there we go with the 5 of Swords. This guy, he's walking away and leaving the old behind, and some people don't like it. It might be justified, it might be necessary, or he might be doing the wrong thing. Maybe walking away is your old mentality. Maybe not staying in there, not using your intuition to actually harmonize with another human being or with your project or with your situation, right? Maybe your mentalities are holding you up. They're like, okay, no, I know this isn't going to work. I've been there, done that. I've seen this before. Yeah, you probably have. Because your mentality and your neural pathways are wired to repeat, repeat, repeat. So whether you're the person that's in the back that's hurting, or you're the person that's in the front that's hurting the other person, you know, the roles can be reversed. And if you're typically this person, it might be time to do this for your own betterment. It's time to stop self-sacrificing, okay? And if you're typically this person, it's time to look back. Pay attention to other people's emotions and how you're affecting them, okay? And start doing something differently in your own life so that you can experience, right? What it really means to have this kind of passion and newness, like bud and flourish, right? To give birth, to actually give birth, and not to abort your own seeds that you've planted, your own baby, whatever that baby is. Okay? And so with this being said, we've got, bam, these two are dueling, right? And right in smack dab in between those, we've got the Judgment card. And what this is saying is that whatever it is that you choose, okay, here's the other card, the other wisdom card, which was upside down. You will reap what you sow, okay? And so this card, Gaia's Garden, fruition, abundance, reaping. By changing your mentality, air, right? Flip this card right side up. And by nurturing your gifts, your abilities, we can turn this card right side up too. To manifest, okay? This reminds me of Taurus, this card, and we do have Venus in Taurus. This is manifestation. This is fruition and abundance. And currently, you're battling between this card being upside down and this card, the Diamond Dreamer. Okay, again, Aries, diamonds is a stone of Aries, one of the stones, and this is talking about material wealth and true prosperity. Okay, and the number 6 represented here talks about harmonizing. So whatever area it is that you need to harmonize in, you're having this duel. Debating about your values, okay? Debating between your feelings, your intuitions, you know, your psychic abilities, and your mentality, which you think you know. And that is prohibiting you. You're at this place where it's judgment time, baby. It's time to make a decision. And it's time to do something different. Doing something different. Taking a risk, because it's time to do something different than what you've ever done before, right? In order to have this true prosperity that comes deep from within. With that being said, we also have the Wishing Well, okay? And these oracle cards come from the Enchanted Map deck. And here we have the Wishing Well. 48, 8 plus 4 is 12. And I think about the 12th house, which is all about your spirituality again. It's Pisces, right? It's the house of Pisces. And it's the house of, I'd say spiritual manifestations. You know, it's like you're working your magic there along with your 4th house where Cancer rules. And in order to patiently, like we start in the heavenlies, as above, so below. We start in the heavenlies and we watch it as we patiently wait, okay? Don't expect it to happen overnight. At our wishing well, we set our intentions and we wait and we trust spirit. This well doesn't have water, it has gold. And so to me, this talks about, again, values. Planting the seeds of your values. Choosing your new identity. So you see that gold mask. And wearing it, right? Walk in your value. wear your values on your face. Because the two cards that are to the side of these, of the wishing well, are both upside down. And we've got the desert. What is it? Dry desert. Okay? And this is where if we continue to do the same thing, we will continue to be planting or on dry ground, on barren soil, in barren womb. We are not trying to keep this card upside down. We want to flip it around. And so this is where we were. And this is how we have been, right? And this card being upside down is saying from the dry womb to the waters, right? To the deep waters. And this is saying ride the wave. Again, when we flip this card upside down, okay, we come to our conclusions, we weigh out the balances, we choose based upon our values and what serves our highest good and purpose, okay? When this card turns upside down, then this fertility card will turn, I'm sorry, when this card turns right side up, then this card will turn, okay? And with that being said, then this will turn as well, and we'll be able to ride the wave. We're being called to ride the wave of our intuitions and to flow with spirit and to trust. So I hope that helps. I hope that if you've been dealing with any internal conflicts, that this kind of validates what you're going through and the choices that you need to make, because Aquarius is the sign of I know. I know. I know. Look, I know. But it's saying based on Venus, okay? Libra is Venus, right? Based on those values, not just based upon not based upon your experiences, but based upon your values and what you want to experience moving forward. Okay? So thank you for your time. I hope this helps.